Make it more interesting.
Enthusiastic, bro. Like you just got on crack.
Alright guys, welcome back to Will's C Garage. In today's episode, we'll be installing. Alright guys, welcome back to Will's C Garage. In today's video, we'll be installing adjustable control arms on my Audi A4 B7. You're wondering, there's only two there. If you watch the coilover video, you'll understand. So these adjustable control arms are so that you can adjust camber. And from the instructions, it said that every second thread is a degree of camber, half a degree of camber. I have to read up on that. The reason you would install these control arms is if you want to go on the track. These control arms are heavy, bulky. And what I saw on 034's website is that if you hit like a rumble strip on the track and you have the stock control arm, they said like a branch, it'll just snap in the middle. But these are braced on both sides.
They're also billet.
They're also billet aluminum, yeah. So they don't have that weak point in the middle like the stock control arms do.
And obviously, Aki's car is a full-blown race car at this point. Am I right, Adam? Yellow headlights and all.
Yeah, sure.
Full-blown race car. He needs some adjustable control arms so that he can adjust his camber when he goes on track days, and even getting that saucy camber on the street, right?
Yeah, right. Stance Nation.
Station. So we got our wonderful coilovers are in. So now all that's left on this suspension to really do is just the control arms. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. We've completed this side, and in typical our fashion, it took us about 3 days to get just these control arms on. And we'll be showing you why it took us that long. Very, very stupid reason. But when is it ever a smart reason that we didn't get something done? So let's get to it. First up,
how we put these together, thread this in to 034 specifications. You need to have 8 threads showing up to here, and then the rest of the body inside of the car.
And then when you get your alignment done, it'll...
Yeah, the alignment guys will adjust it for you if you go to a good shop.
Aki's going to be going to a place that does track alignments on track cars and stuff, right?
Yep. Now that this is on...
Wait. The box also comes with this Loctite. Do we plan on using that?
We'll see.
Loctite. It came with... Hold on, bro. You didn't even show them anything. I mean, they probably have their own box, but...
So to install this, once you have this on, you move to this. It unthreads here. You put this on like this. And then it goes into here. You thread this up here. Oops, my fault.
Yo. Well, that's what they're supposed to look like all said and done, right?
Yep.
Okay. Both of our control arms are assembled.
Now for the disassembly.
We have done this
too many times.
Too many times for this coilovers, this stupid bolt, whatever happened on the other side.
Oh, and as you can see on the other side, this is very dirty. Other side was nice and clean.
I wonder why this side is so clean. Look at that. Shiny new steering knuckle. Like something may have happened to the old one.
Whatever you do, don't check the vise.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on over here, bro? Is this a...
So the first step for this control arm is to loosen this bolt and this nut, which is a 16 millimeter.
If you want to see how we installed these BC Racing coilovers, video link is going to be in the corner. Get the wrenches.
No, it's not that tight in there.
There we go. That's bolt number 1.
Go. Now we move to the top of the vehicle for the top hats, which are also 16s, I believe. Great.
Well, maybe you should.
My fault. We gotta take off this reservoir.
All right.
Which is a Phillips head.
Yeah, bro, bash it. Why not?
It's slipping very easily, so I'm just putting a lot of downwards pressure on it.
You're not capable of just taking out a simple Phillips head, bro?
No, because it was slipping because
so
somebody absolutely destroyed it.
Maybe you should go to the gym, bro.
Now it just lifts
Because
up
look
out
how
the
destroyed
way.
this is.
Because we freshly installed all this stuff, it after we took the bolts off, it kind of just fell off. So
Yeah, but if it doesn't fall off, you have to try to get it off with this dowel pin right here. Now that the top hat's off, you can easily get to these rear bolts for the control arms, which are 16 and a 16 wrench on the inside.
Put this one here.
put the circle on it.
It was a little bit slow in the beginning. Get off.
Yeah, just like you.
Says you. Out of all the people in this garage, you have the lowest IQ.
Damn.
Yo, if you guys want to see a video of us taking an IQ test, put it in the comments below.
One comment, we're all taking IQ tests.
All right, fair enough. Because I mean, hey, he calls the car a track car, right? But if you look at the rear bumper, it looks like a drift car. Easy as that. And if you don't have power tools, it's quite simple. It just takes a little bit more time.
And then we do the same thing for the other control arm.
So back to the regular ratchet.
Happy no.
Kid's goofing off. It's like it's not 10:30 right now.
10:16.
Hey, this car's been here for 3 weeks. You know, it could be here for another one.
No, bro, we got a car to wrap.
Next step is to grab a hammer, hammer it out, and then once it's hammered out from the back, then you slap it up.
Start from the top first, like that, and now we gotta hammer them upwards to get them off those two joints.
So, as always, we don't have the tools for the job, so we will resume this tomorrow because as you guys see down here, we have no way of getting this out from here because every time I hit it with a hammer, this doesn't budge whatsoever, and a ball joint remover, any sort of tool like that, goes in between here and here, hammer it in, comes off very easily.
So, we're gonna get the ball joint separated from Harbor Freight tomorrow, and we will resume there.
Fun.
I think I've arrived during their lunch break because they're not here. Seems the two control arms have been separated. I see they got the puller. That's cool.
Right now we got it partly out right there, focus. Now we're just chiseling it from the bottom hole right there so that it'll hopefully just pop out. There we go. That's control arm number 1. Now we're lubing up this one nice and good. Make sure you get it into like this crack right here, right there, so that it'll get all nice and lubed up so that it'll slip out. Now again, there's another hole on the bottom where he's chiseling it from, right beneath the control arm pin right there. There it is.
Gotta rub it down and up.
All right, now that both of those are off, you get the control arms that we assembled yesterday. And now that we're back, we're putting the new stuff in. To install these, you first put this into there, and then get the control arm. Nope, wrong side.
So there's no point in assembling them if you're just gonna take them out and put those back. I guess not.
Put the arm in like this.
Then you play with them until you can get the bolt in.
Nah, they're good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're good.
This may seem obvious, but when you're putting it in, make sure the 034 is like this on this side, and on the other side, it's sticking out,
right side up.
and it's right side up. Because on the last side, you know, someone may have switched the sides, and we spent way too long trying to figure out why they wouldn't reach, but it's because they were on the wrong side. There is a right and left. You'll be able to tell if you're doing it right if the logos actually look right.
To tell which side of the vehicle they're on, there's an L right there for the left side of the car. There's an R on the other ones for the right side of the car.
Want a hammer?
I don't think it should need to be hammered in.
Are you gonna knock up a diesel?
What? That's a good idea.
Bruh. I forgot the dust boot.
034 says you have to separate it like this and slide these on, but you don't want to watch us put them on because it's very difficult.
The gap is like...
He slid it on from the bottom on this one.
Slide it on from the bottom, and then you get like a screwdriver or pry tool through both holes and just put it over like a hoodie. Now that the dust boot is on. So Angel released the hot top part and got the bolt through in the back. It was just too much tension.
And tighten.
No, we'll put the top hat in, and then we'll jack up the suspension to make these the two pins straight, and then we'll put it in.
Yeah.
With our top hat back in and it's in loosely, we're gonna use the jack to make the steering knuckle straight, and that'll make it easier to get the control arms in.
The easiest way we found, instead of how they explained it, to put these in first and then put this in first, that's how 034 explained it. The easiest way we found was installing them into here and putting them in like that.
So what I did is I just twist it. It's in. And then just... There we go.
Just like that.
And
You know what?
put this, twist it in, twist it back, and then push it in.
And bolt. you're done.
And that's how those go in easily.
Now we have to loosen the top hat again, tighten the rear bolts, put it back up, and then put this bolt through to here.
Yeah, those two button things.
Now that the control arms are on the ground and the coilovers are all finished, I'll be getting in alignment soon because it's a little whack, but it's all finished. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video where I get an alignment and I'm passing a GoPro to an alignment tech and he'll explain everything he does.
Muffler delete coming soon.